Hi, this is Liz. This is a bonus episode of Curb Cuts and Conversations. Tomorrow, that's September 3rd, is unfortunately the 1 year anniversary of when I got assaulted boarding a bus in my chair. And so much has happened since then. It was only 5 weeks after I got my chair. I was waiting to get on the Shepherd bus. And you know the Shepherd line's busy. We really need a subway. But it was midday, so it was busy, but it wasn't so busy. And the first thing the driver said to me is, "Do you want to take the next bus?" Not to the other two people, but to me, the wheelchair user. I'm like, I have a medical appointment. Spent 18 years advocating for my former students. All he did was put the ramp down. He wasn't watching me or anything. He didn't ask people to move. So I had to, because there's a little hinge in the ramp, I couldn't go up fast because people were blocking my way. So when I got to the hinge, I had to stop, get ready to pop a wheelie. Right when I was gripping it, I didn't realize there was someone on the ramp behind me, which they're not supposed to be. And the driver's supposed to make sure they're not. She hit me and partially dislocated my scapula, my shoulder blade this way. And I screamed. And if anyone knows me, I'm an ex-teacher. I've got a voice. I can make this entire field at U of T stop. And I said, "Don't touch me." And the driver did nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was 9.5 on my pain scale. 10 is when I go unconscious from it. So I get on the bus and people are in the wheelchair spot with me. He wasn't securing me. It's a bumpy ride. By the time I got to my doctor's office, the nurses had me on the table, the exam table, with ice all over me. So a couple days later, I was at a hospital getting examined for hypermobility. Party trick, sorry if you're grossed out. And I went to show how hypermobile I am. I forgot my left side was injured. I usually enter my right. And it hurt so bad that I screamed and fell out of my chair and I got a concussion. Because I was already dizzy, about a month later, I was at the ROM, Royal Ontario Museum, where I volunteer. I was with a lovely friend. Hi, Jen. And I was pointing out the membership prices for her. And I forgot there was sort of changes at surface. And I tipped over backwards and hit my head on the marble. So if anyone was wondering why I was on LinkedIn a lot in 2024, then I disappeared in the fall, that would be why. I was under concussion protocol. But since then, I started at U of T. I got a 94 in my project management certificate. But I've also torn my shoulder twice because I was overusing this side, because this side was injured, and I was leaning this way. I've had to get new seating and positioning, so a new cushion and a completely different type of back, which probably cost the province about $1,200. And Thursday, I'm picking up a Smart Drive, which is a power add-on that goes on my chair, points backwards, and it's like a big battery with a wheel. It retails for $7,000 US. So that one incident is costing a lot of money, and ouch. But I have to say, all the other bus drivers I've had have been brilliant, even if they haven't secured someone in a while. They're lovely. But yeah, so when this comes out, it will be on my anniversary, and that's what happened. All right. Like I said in the first podcast episode, the biggest barrier I have as a wheelchair user is with the built environment, although that can be trying with all the construction. It's other people. Please stop touching me without permission. And I want to say a shout out to, what's your name again, who's lovely filming me? Famia, who's in life sciences at U of T. Thank you.
No problem.
Goodbye.